The May. Mount up.
Today we're going to get into Trump's big beautiful bill, his big beautiful plane, and Biden has cancer. We're also going to get into this guy that looks like Dracula that has a beard. Let's talk a little more about Diddy and Prince and that fake audio that's out there. And I also want to give you my take on another episode of Flagrant with Andrew Schultz and his homies. And there's a few other things I do want to talk about, but, we won't listen off here. Also, I'm going to give you my two takes again on who I think you need to, keep an eye out for and an extra ear out for. So here we go.
He's here. Now broadcasting somewhere in Northern California.
Kick in the bowel, right to the belly of the beast.
Inside his command post. Somewhere in the brick and steel of a nondescript building. We have made contact with him. Don Rob from Don Rob Flixx.
What's up, everybody? This is Don Rob over at Take Podcast. So let's just jump right into it, man. Trump's big, beautiful bill. We all need it. Here's why we need it.
President Donald Trump's one big, beautiful bill narrowly passed a House committee in a rare late Sunday night vote.
The bill would extend Trump's tax cuts and boost his border funding priorities while reforming Medicaid and food assistance programs.
Some Republicans have argued the legislation does not go far enough to slash federal spending. Joe Cortez is live in studio with the details.
Kate Patrick, good morning. The committee's meeting came 2 days after it rejected the proposed bill over disagreements on spending cuts. Opponents say the legislation would disappropriately benefit the highest income earners while offering modest gains to Americans down the ladder.
The ayes have it. The motion's agreed to. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act is ordered. Offered by Representative Allen.
According to our news partners at The Hill, the proposal adds to income tax cuts approved during the first Trump administration, fulfilling one of the president's campaign promises. It would also raise spending on the military and immigration enforcement. Cuts to Medicaid, food stamps, education, and subsidize for clean energy would offset part of the price. But the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget reports the bill could add more than $3 trillion of debt in the next decade. Speaker Mike Johnson said they are counting the vote as a big win.
The government is too large, it does too many things, and it does very little well. And we have to cut spending. We will save the largest amount of money that's been saved in at least several decades and probably arguably in the whole history of the country.
Speaker Johnson said that they are still ironing out some of the details, but he's looking to put the bill on the House floor before the end of the week.
In other news, the One Big Beautiful Bill passed the House Budget Committee last night, bringing it one step closer to final passage. The One Big Beautiful Bill is perfectly named because it represents a once-in-a-generation opportunity to deliver on the Make America Great Again agenda responsible for President Trump's landslide victory on November 5th. The America First policies in this bill are the reason why Republicans currently have the majority in Congress right now. Passing this bill is what voters sent Republicans to Washington to accomplish. And that's why it's essential that every Republican in the House and the Senate unites behind President Trump and passes this popular and essential legislative package. This bill will be the single most pro-small business, pro-family, and pro-American worker legislation ever. This bill will give Americans the largest tax cuts in our nation's history. When Republicans pass the bill, Americans will be keeping more of their hard-earned money and taking home much bigger paychecks. The One Big Beautiful Bill will deliver some of President Trump's central campaign promises. No tax on tips for our hardworking waiters, waitresses, and service workers. No tax on overtime for our law enforcement officers, our firefighters, and all those Americans who are putting in extra hours to make ends meet. And a large tax deduction on interest payments for Americans who purchase American-made cars. Despite desperate Democrat lies, the biggest beneficiary of this tax cut will be working-class Americans and their families. Americans earning between $30,000 and $80,000 per year will pay about 15% less in taxes after this legislation is passed. And according to a brand new paper from the White House Council of Economic Advisors, The average family with 2 children's take-home pay will be up to $13,000 higher because of the increase in wages and reductions in tax obligations. The CEA study also said that the average overtime worker receives a tax cut of roughly $2,000. Again, this is great news for our nurses, our police officers, and all those who work overtime to make ends meet across our country. Put simply, President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill will be a boon for working class America. This One Big Beautiful Bill is also pro-family. It will increase the child tax credit to $2,500 per child, establish optional savings account for newborn babies with a $1,000 credit added, and strengthen paid family leave. This bill also delivers historic tax relief to America's seniors by allowing middle and low-income Social Security recipients to deduct an additional $4,000 in payments from their taxable income. If Democrats get their way and the Trump tax cuts are not extended, Americans will face the largest tax hike in history to the tune of $4 trillion. Republicans must not side with Democrats in helping them raise taxes. The One Big Beautiful Bill also provides critical protections of Medicaid, which will strengthen and preserve the program for decades to come through common sense efforts to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse. Medicaid will no longer be used to pay for barbaric gender mutilation procedures on minor children. And the 1.4 million illegal aliens who are currently improperly receiving Medicaid benefits will be kicked off the program to preserve it for hardworking American citizens who need it. President Trump and Republicans are protecting Medicaid benefits for pregnant women, children, disabled individuals, low-income seniors and families, and the most vulnerable Americans in our society. And that's what Democrats are so angry about.
Look, man, if you make under $155,000 a year, you won't be taxed if you work any overtime. If you make tips, you won't be taxed on your tips. If you're on SSI, you're not going to be taxed on your SSI. There's so many other good things in here, man, and they're trying to put into our heads that this is for the billionaires. Has anybody ever tried to do this for people? No, they haven't. So that's all I'm going to talk about there. You do your own fact checking, and I'll show you later where you should be doing it at. You shouldn't be going to Fox News. You should not be going to CNN or MSNBC or any of those networks. I'm going to show you where you need to be going, man, to be double checking everybody's shit. So, you know, but this big, beautiful plane of his, I don't really like the idea. And, you know, well, this plane here. There's a few reasons why I don't like it.
Purpose of this gift, and is it, as some critics say, an opportunity for Qatar to gain influence with this administration?
Well, look, actually, you know, we have seen that there was a lot of, you know, controversy that's being created out of this. The institutional relationship remain very strong and at the backbone of this partnership. The plain story is a Ministry of Defense to Department of Defense transaction, which is basically done in full transparency and very legally, and it's part of the cooperation that we've been always doing together for decades. For example, the airlifting in Afghanistan is something that we have almost 80% of that done by our air forces. The security deployment of United States during the World Cup to support our efforts was done by the United States, and I see it as a normal, you know, a normal thing that happens between allies. And basically, I don't know why people they are thinking about that this is considered as a bribery or considered as something that Qatar wants to buy an influence with this administration. I don't see any honestly valid reason for that, and I believe that there is a huge issue in misconception or unfortunately some spoiler who are trying to portray Qatar as a country that it tries to buy its way. And I believe if you look at the track record, at least for the last 10 years, whenever is you know, some scoop coming out in the media and trying to put Qatar under a spotlight that Qatar is bribing to get the World Cup, or Qatar is bribing the EU Parliament, or whatever, until like the end, Qatar is trying to bribe the Prime Minister of Israel. Provided out of respect for this partnership, and it's a two-way relationship. It's mutually beneficial for Qatar and for the United States. And
few reasons why I don't like it. The main reason, this movie right here.
My friend, it's a gift to the gods.
Look, if Israel could blow up a bunch of pagers, why wouldn't this big, beautiful plane possibly be a Trojan horse? I don't know. That's just my take on that. Let's move on. I don't want to dwell on politics. But what I do want to do is jump over here to, let's talk about Biden, man. His stage 4 prostate cancer. I waited a day to talk about it. Unlike this guy here, before I talk about it, I want to jump into Clueless Cruz, is what I call him. Or smartest guy in the room, so he thinks, or Dracula with a beard. I mean, look at, man, this was hours after it was announced that Biden had terminal prostate cancer. Look at this.
As you and I sit here, it is 3:17 p.m. on Sunday. Just 10 minutes ago, a story broke. We don't know the full details, but President Biden's office put out a statement that says last week, President Joe Biden was seen for a new finding of a prostate nodule after experiencing increasing urinary symptoms. On Friday, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, characterized by a Gleason score of 9, grade group 5, with metastasis to the bone. While this represents a more aggressive form of the disease, the cancer appears to be hormone sensitive, which allows for effective management. The president and his family are reviewing treatment options with his physicians. Now, this broke literally minutes ago. We don't know anything else other than that statement, but I will certainly say our prayers are with former President Biden and his family. A diagnosis of cancer is always a frightening thing. As you know, my mother is a 2-time cancer survivor. It is a horrible thing to go through, so we pray that his treatment goes well.
Amen.
At the same time, President Biden's illness does not erase the deliberate lying by Kamala Harris, by the White House staff, and by the entire corporate media architecture.
Plus the cabinet.
Plus the cabinet, plus the Congress. This was a deliberate deception. And by the way, one of the victims, I think, of this deception was Joe Biden.
He just couldn't help himself, man. That's what that is, man. That's no different than people that, when you hear, TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, I don't know what you would, what we would say here, but it's the same for the far right. He's one of them right there. And then you got the crazy wackos over here at Midas Touch Network, which I recently found. This echo chamber. Check this out, you guys.
A very confused and addled Donald Trump arrived in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, to meet with the Crown Prince MBS, who Donald Trump also receives bribes and major gifts from in the form of resorts. Donald Trump was basically sleeping, continuing to glitch. He was walking in the wrong directions. This has been a humiliating morning for Donald Trump in Saudi Arabia, shaming the United States, both with his acceptance of bribes, going to various Middle East countries where he's been taking these bribes from and basically giving the Americans middle fingers here while American people suffer.
They're doing something right. They got 4 million subscribers already. They got 4 million subs. Look at all these comments. Look at this. It's an echo chamber, man. All these comments, I mean, half of them are talking about how they wish they're looking in the obituary and seeing, this man. That's crazy. It's crazy talk. It's crazy that's even being allowed, man. I mean, it's just my opinion. I mean, look, I wasn't a supporter of Biden, but I would never want to see Biden hurt, man. So it's just crazy to me to see that people are allowed to do that. But I am into freedom of speech, so you should be able to say what you want to say. But the problem is somebody tried to, hurt this man. They tried to take him out. That's the bottom line. And he is the leader of the free world, and he is our president, man, just like Biden was our president. So everyone needs to chill, man, come together and stop going to Fox News, stop going to CNN, MSNBC. Start going right here to ground news, man. I'm just saying, don't be in these echo chambers, man. But the way I found this Midas Touch network out, I was flipping through, and on my algorithms, I ran into this girl right here, man.
It's no secret that one of the things that propelled Donald Trump to victory in the last election was right-wing media, a potent combination of conservative cable, podcasts, and social media influencers. Now progressive voices are trying to make sure that their footprint is as powerful and as big. The Mycelis brothers have created the Midas Touch Network. That's right, one of the few digital networks to crack the code, gaining millions of followers and even beating Joe Rogan to be the #1 podcast on Apple Podcasts a few months back. So I'm very excited to talk to them about what they're doing and how they're doing it. First of all, hello guys, welcome to Next Question. Thank you so much. An exclusive, the first time the three of you have done an in-person interview together, right?
Absolutely, first time.
Wow, I'm very honored and very flattered. And I wanted to ask a little bit about your life story. You all grew up on Long Island.
So what do you notice, man? Look, she's propping it up. She's pumping it up. That's how I found out about them. And I went over there, you know what I mean? That's exactly how I discovered them. And I mean, look who she is. She's mainstream as mainstream can be. Katie Kirk, you know, on her own little podcast right now, promoting these guys and comparing them to real podcasters like these guys here, which we're going to go back into this Midas Touch thing. But how are you going to compare this podcast here?
A very confused and addled Donald Trump arrived in Riyadh, Saudi.
This one right here that just had Bernie Sanders on, and Bernie didn't know what the fuck to say, man. Look at
the problem
this.
I think a lot of voters had is like they didn't even know if it was her. We didn't even know if Biden was president. We didn't even know if these were her talking points. And we felt that over the last 4 elections, Democrats, we felt that we didn't have a say on who could be president. We talk a lot about the Republicans being autocrats and oligarchs and taking over democracy, but from the Democrat perspective, and I'm a lifelong Democrat, I felt like the Democratic Party completely removed the democratic process from its constituents. And I think they need to have some accountability of that.
No argument here.
I donated for you. I mean, I wanted you to, like, 2016, I was like, this is going to happen. This guy's going to do it. And it felt like they stole it from me. And I'll be honest, it broke my heart when you supported him.
Look, but you have, in the world that I live in, you got a choice. And I mean, a lot of people, including my wife, agree with you. But, you know, you're down to a choice. Is it going to be Hillary Clinton or is it going to be Donald Trump? Not a great choice.
But would we not also say if ostensibly there hasn't been a fair primary for the Democrats since 2008, are they not also a threat to democracy? Yes. We often hear.
Fair enough. That is. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that.
I was talking shit about Andrew Schultz, and I was like, you know, I said, you know, is he dumb? Does he have a low IQ? Is he just trying to get content? I don't think he's dumb. He definitely don't got a low IQ. It's obvious he just likes to build content. But he got Bernie here, man. Bernie didn't even know what to say. Didn't know what to say at all, man. I mean, give me your opinion down here on that. And, you know, I'm just curious. I want to see your opinion. I'd like to see it. And then maybe next week I'll put it up here. I'll just keep it down there. I don't know. But I would like to see your opinion on that. Bernie didn't know what to say, man. You could tell that he knows Andrew Schultz was right. Bernie was jacked out of a presidency. He was their best bet. He really was, man, in 2015, 16. So Bernie got taken out, man, and it's fucked up. He won't admit it still. It should tell you something about that party, basically. In that party, they pick who they want to run. It's up to them. And if you don't see that, I don't know, man. And like Schultz said, why not burn it down, man, if that's what it's going to take? That's what Trump just did. A lot of people, you know, a lot of the Trump haters don't realize that, but Trump burnt down the Republican Party. He completely changed it. The old way of the Republican Party was war, war, war. Trump's the opposite of that, man. Trump was a Democrat his whole life, you guys. I mean, just go back into his history, look at it. Everybody loved Trump before he ran. I mean, he was everywhere, you know. But I get it, man. People are going to hate, you know. I'm not saying that I'm this diehard Trumper and all that, but you know what I'm saying, man. You know where I'm going with all that. So, I don't know. Speaking of Trump, his VP got to meet the new Pope already, Pope Leo. He already met Pope Francis. I just find it interesting that this guy that came from a shithole already has been over to a city 2 different times into this place called the Vatican where they love shitholes. I think they do like shitholes in that religion. I know they like little boys. And it tells me they might like shitholes, but I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong on that, you know? So, I don't know. I just find it interesting. Now, let's, what's up with this? What's up with this audio right here on the P. Diddy? Yesterday, this was going viral all over the place, man. And I was looking at it, and then right away, right when I started it, I was like, nah, man. But look, let me show you.
Is the verbatim federal courtroom testimony of the Sean Diddy Combs trial, as reported by Inner City Press. Day 3 of Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial was already drawing media frenzy, but no one expected what happened next. In a stunning move, the prosecution introduced a never-before-heard audio recording made by Prince just weeks before his death. The voice of the late music legend echoed through the courtroom, calm but haunted. As Prince named names, described private parties, and detailed what he claimed to have witnessed behind Diddy's closed doors, the entire room froze. But it was Diddy's reaction that changed the game. His carefully built persona crumbled in front of jurors as he erupted in an outburst that forced the judge to threaten contempt. This wasn't a rumor. It wasn't social media chatter. This was sworn evidence. And from that moment forward, the tone of the trial shifted forever. What Prince said, what he recorded in secret, may end up being the very testimony that brings everything crashing down.
So, here's the thing. Look at all the comments. I mean, look at this. It's crazy, man. Everybody, all these people believed it. Look at this. It just keeps going, man. Thousands. So what I did, you know, I went over to my favorite place, right? I went to Ground News. They took me right to Newsweek, a center-leaning platform. Gave me the truth on it. You should do that with everything, man. Go see, just jump on these guys. You could see up to 5 a day at no cost, but I do recommend for you to get a subscription and check them out, man. But at first, at least try them out, and you get 5 articles a day that you could check like this. And, maybe more than 5 is too much for all of us anyways, man. The shit's crazy, man. I'm getting sick of everything. I know all of you guys must be too. It gets real boring, man. It's all just on repeat, I'm going to throw my glasses on because I'm having a really hard time seeing right now. Again, fucking sucks. Getting old, man. But you know what's funny, man? Not funny, but it's a trip. We got judges going to jail right now. We got, we got the ex-FBI director getting sweated right now. He might be going down for being a fucking idiot for doing this. Wait. Before I talk about this, let me show you this this other podcast right here, because he has a really good take on this. And it's only like 4 minutes long, but I want you guys to see this real quick just to kind of get you up to speed on who James Comey is. I know some of you might know who he is, some of you don't, but just let's watch.
Former FBI director James Comey, who is a complete criminal, right? I could sit here all day and tell you all the things all the crimes he's unwittingly admitted to on camera. But here, we'll just skip that. I'll save it for the end, by the way. But he tweeted this out, 8647. So that means kill the president. So Trump is number 47. And by the way, this isn't the first time they've done this, right? The other people have done it when he was 45. They would have his little secret. I'll show you that in a second too, but that's a death threat, even if it's one from the 30s, from 1930s. That's a death. 86.
23 skidoo.
That's right. So he tweets that out, and he pretends the caption was, "Hey, isn't this an interesting seashell configuration?" He's pretending that just was a sea. So he did that, took a picture, and tweeted it out. Kill the president. Tulsi Gabbard.
Get rid of him. I mean, 86 just means throw something out, doesn't it?
Well, the bouncers used to use that when I used to hang
86.
out. When I used to hang out in bars when I was a young man, they would say 86 this guy, which means throw this guy out of here. But it also means to kill.
Oh.
It
Yeah,
does.
well.
And so here's what Tulsi Gabbard, the head of DNI, director of national intelligence, here's what she says. Get a load of this.
Come after him because he wants to be a political martyr. He wants to be set up so he can say, oh, look, we were right. Donald Trump is a dictator. They're coming after me. They're arresting me. They're interrogating me. I was just using my free speech.
You know, whatever his intent, I will tell you that there is a guy in Georgia who is issuing threats on my life about a month ago, and he's in jail today. He has been indicted with a crime, as he should have been, and he is in jail as we speak. So whatever James Comey intent, he and people like him need to be held to account according to the law, which is something that he claims to have given his life for and stands by the rule of law. Fantastic. The rule of law says people like him who issue direct threats against the President of the United States, essentially issuing a call to assassinate him, must be held accountable under the law.
Do you believe Comey should be in jail?
I do.
Whoa!
Any other person with the position of influence that he has, people who take very seriously what a guy of his stature, his experience, and what the propaganda media has built him up to be, I'm very concerned for the president's life. We've already seen assassination attempts. I'm very concerned for his life. And James Comey, in my view, should be held accountable and put behind bars for this.
Director Gabbard, thank you so much.
So now if you think that she's over the top and she's stretching and so she can find a way to make this worse than it is, like, oh, she's exaggerating. He's not inciting anything. Well, guess who made the opposite? First of all, here she goes. James Comey just issued a call to action to murder the president. As former FBI director and as someone who spent most of his career prosecuting mobsters and gangsters, he knew exactly what he was doing, and he must be held accountable under the full force of the law. And by the way, viral joke maker who joked about Hillary Clinton sentenced to 7 months in prison for election interference. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that? And so if you think that's, oh, you're exaggerating, it's over the top, the guy who was going to tell you that it's not, and that people in powerful positions should watch their words carefully and watch what they're saying, James Comey. So this is a guy indicting himself. So this is the former James Comey telling you what the current James Comey is doing is horrible. Watch.
The FBI is fighting a fire of racist violence. And with words like that, the president is using a fire hose to spray gasoline on that fire. Spraying gasoline with a fire hose, it creates a dangerous blaze for all of us, not just people of color, but for every community in America that has these thugs and criminals have a presence there, ought to worry about this. And the president of the United States should be charged with tamping it down, not letting it free.
Was that because Trump said Kung Flu? Is that what that was?
I don't remember what it was, but it sounds like it. But that's him saying that people in powerful positions can't just. So there he is. And by the way, this isn't the first time this has happened. This is Comey, Big Fish tweets out, Comey not the first one to do this. Whitmer did it and faced severe backlash. He knew exactly what it implied. There it is, 86-45.
Why would he suddenly do that now?
Well, that's a good question. When Trump fired Comey, just remember this. I'm going to answer your question in a second.
Yeah.
Here.
It's very
Here.
I don't.
The craziest part about this whole Comey thing is the timing. This happened while Trump is securing peace deals in the Middle East and negotiating an end to the war in Ukraine. This is not a coincidence. The deep state does not want Trump to bring world peace because when he does, not only are their money laundering operations shut down, but Trump will have the overwhelming approval of the American people. Trump will have near unlimited political ammunition. Trump will have the optics to do whatever he wants. Once Trump ends these conflicts, deep state actors like Comey are one step closer to being locked up, and Comey knows it.
He's right, man. I mean, I don't even like this Jimmy Dore guy or whatever his name is. I stumbled upon him and then I happened to see it and I was like, man, he's onto something there. I find it interesting, he's a dirty cop. He's all out for himself. He made it pretty obvious. I didn't like him back then. So karma's a bitch. The pendulum swings. He's getting it, you know what I mean? Mexico. What's up with Mexico, man? And their Navy running into the fucking Brooklyn Bridge, man. And you know what else? Why do look at most people's Navy ships? So why does theirs look like Pirates of the Caribbean? I don't know. Maybe this is like some classic thing they like to. I think it is. They've been doing it for like 40 years or whatever. But I don't know, man. I just that's a Navy ship. I don't know, man. It doesn't look too productive to me. It doesn't look like it can defend much. And what the fuck was it doing there, man? And why did it run into the bridge like that, man? Crazy, you know what I'm saying? But let's go back to James Comey, man. James Comey, he knew what 8647 meant, you know? I mean, he's the leader of the FBI, you guys, come on. The FBI was formed basically because of the mob, you know what I'm saying? And that's 86 is what they used to get rid of someone. A lot of people are trying to spin this and go, oh, he thought it meant 86 like getting kicked out of, you know, McDonald's or Starbucks. Nah, man. He was the director of the fucking FBI, you guys. Come on. He knew what he was doing. And when he did this, Trump was overseas in the Middle East, man. In the fucking Middle East. You know where it's crazy? That's where he was, man, when this post went up. That's my understanding. So he gets what he gets, man. I mean, I don't want to see anybody fry in prison or nothing, man, but this guy gets what he gets, man. Straight up. I mean, what's your take on that, man? Let me know. Leave me a comment right there. I'm kind of curious. It's just, it's crazy to me, man. And the whole Bernie Sanders thing, all of it plays into one big pile of, you guys are a bunch of fucking liars, man, and you got to prove it to us. And that's why I waited a day to talk about Biden. Look, guys, I think Biden has known he's had cancer for some time. I mean, prostate cancer is very treatable. It's a lot of men end up with prostate cancer. It's not usually something that, you know, it's you get told this right away, unless, you know, they were just missing it and not testing them. But that's pretty hard to believe, you know. It's really hard to believe. But here's my take. I thought about it last night right away when I saw it, because for the past week or two, I've been seeing like Jake Tapper talk about his new book coming out and all these different things happening. You know, basically all these guys are turning on him. I mean, saying that he lost his memory, and I mean his staffers. I mean, look at this. Well, I can't show you, man, because I wanted to show you the Bill Burr, you know, his last HBO show, but I can't, you know, because they'll give me a copyright claim. But just go back and watch that, man. Where, you know, I mean, so I don't know, man. We all need to come together, man, get along. But here's my take. I think that they threw it out there yesterday because the heat's been coming down, man. It's been coming down hard from every angle on Biden. I mean, look, he was just on The View, what, a week or two ago? Look at it. Look how his wife had to save him.
Well, and Alyssa, you know, one of the things I think is that the people who wrote those books were not in the White House with us.
And his son and his brother all should get arrested for elderly abuse. If this was me or any of you, we could go down for elderly abuse for the things they've done to, you know, with this guy. I mean, you guys remember back when she was like, oh, you did a good job, Joe. You did a good job. This clip here.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts.
I think this lady's a power tripper. I think Jill Biden, I'm not going to call her doctor. I think Jill Biden is she's a power tripper. She loved the power and she didn't want to give it up. And she knew her husband needed to give it up. And she was just hiding everything, man. I don't blame it on everybody else. I blame it on his wife and his son and his brother, because they were making millions of dollars off of him. And his wife has been living a life that she's never had before. My understanding, I could be wrong, but let's look and someone should dive into it. But I believe she was his nanny at one time, wasn't she?
This is true. So
I believe it.
Zoom in. So that's Jill Biden.
Oh.
She used to babysit Bo and Hunter.
At 15. Whoa.
Did you guys know this or no?
I did not know that.
Oh. That's a little weird to me.
Oh.
And then later on, because, you know, people came back and they said, well, the rumors are not true that they dated while she was a babysitter. They dated when she was in her mid-20s. Bro, that's not the point.
You were attracted to her. Guess what? At 15 years old, she was a.
By the way, no, man, that's a little weird.
So wait, are you mean to tell me the same president whose daughter wrote in her diary, PBD, that her father would take showers with her at inappropriate ages, the same guy that on camera when he was sworn in as vice president has been sniffing kids, grabbing them, touching them on camera, and some of those girls came out and said that they felt extremely uncomfortable. You mean to tell me that who's had sexual allegations from women throughout his entire life, you mean to tell me that same guy married his 15-year-old babysitter?
Can you go on Snopes, Rob?
Tom, that's weird.
Did Jill Biden babysit Hunter and Bo?
Listen, I wouldn't put it past Creepy Joe to do any of this. Was Jill Biden?
You said what? Yes.
Fact check. False.
Read it. The story was in first lady Jill Biden made relatively simple. They were set up on a blind date by President Marshall and so. I don't know, man. I don't know. These stories of them sitting there with.
I don't believe. I don't know.
I mean, it would be.
Get out of here.
It would be weird, like if the family knew about it and maybe.
I'm not alleging there was a relationship. The only thing I'm alleging is the fact that she was 15, babysitting her kids.
Yeah,
babysitting his kids.
Well, what would be weird? I mean, this is weird, but what would be weirder is maybe, like, hypothetically, if his son Hunter privately referred to, and it was recorded and it was on his phone, referred to his dad as Pedo Pete or Pedo Peter.
Yeah.
And that is actually what Hunter referred to his dad as.
Yes. That's weird. But why, Tom, and
why would your son, who's being cut in on such a lucrative international energy consulting job, why would he, gosh, that just seems weird to me that Hunter would call his dad Pedo Pete.
Pedo Pete. And what, like, by the way, we had a nickname from my dad, like it was Drunk Vic, like it was drunk. But to call somebody a pedo Pete, that's actually really weird.
Well, let me check this just to verify this, Rob. So Jill is born in 51. Joe was born in 42. That's a 9-year age difference. That's not a big gap, right? 9 years, 10 years. It's not like it's a Macron level of greatness, right? We're not talking about that level of greatness. So then that picture taken in that place would be inaccurate because if you go back to that, how old do you think Hunter and, okay, so what year was Hunter born? Hunter Biden. What year was he born? He was born in 1970.
He's 54.
Okay. So Jill Biden is born when? When is Jill Biden born?
51, you just...
Did I say 51? What year is it? So is it 51? Yeah, born 51. So that's an age gap of what, 19 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, then it's not possible.
Then that's not possible mathematically.
Well, that's not what meaning Hunter. That's not. She's not Hunter's mom.
I know she's not.
Okay.
I know she's not. But what I'm doing the math here to see if that was sent, the level of accuracy in that to see here. Let me see. So Bo is born 1969 is when he's born. 1969, 51, 18. Go back to that picture, Rob. Can you go back to that picture? So zoom in a little bit. Jill the babysitter. That doesn't add up. Go a little lower. I mean, obviously, we know the story about how, when they met and all this stuff, how much younger she was.
Yeah. I mean, you could just tell in that photo.
She looks very young.
She looks really young.
She looks super young.
So anyways, man, it's all crazy shit to me, you guys. It really is, man. You know what I want to do? I'm done talking about politics. The shit about, P. Diddy with Prince. People are stupid for even thinking that shit was real. Especially it came out on a Sunday. Come on, man. There's not even court on the weekends, man. You idiots. But let's jump into my two takes, man. My first take, I'm going to take you over here to Dallas, Texas. This dude right here out in Dallas, man, he's different. He really is. And that's how I kind of discover him. Puts up his post saying, different, and he is, man. I like, he's not ultra lyrical, but he's different. Juice Cuz.
I hope the word I hope your breath stay with a dookie smell. I hope soon as you get them done, bitch, you break every fucking nail. I hope you wake up and realize you gotta tell. I hope when Jesus come, you the only person there he send to hell. I hope your kids go to school and just fail. I hope you open a mailbox every day and that bitch ain't got no mail. I hope the plug serve you off a broke scale. I hope your house burned down and you can't find no hotel. I hope roaches crawl on you when you sleep. I hope you never had sex, but it still burn when your ass pee. I hope they steal your car and they sell it cheap. I hope you get a permanent black stain on the bottom of your feet. I hope somebody pour bleach on all your clothes. I hope you get COVID and can't never smell through your nose. I hope your best friend group chat get exposed. I hope your baby daddy beat you for cheating. You ain't even got no hoes. I hope the worst. I hope you allergic to your shirt. I hope it's an off day for everybody and you the only one at work. I hope they see boo-boo crumbs when you twerk. I hope they show your close friends to everybody at your mama church. I hope, fuck it, let's whip it. I was trying with my turn, but it's taking too long, bitch. I'm skipping, I'm running up digits. I've been stacking this paper and making it toss or a midget. Made my decision. I'ma chase all this motherfucking paper till I hit a million. Stuck in the trenches. Stunning on bitch ass niggas and fucking they bitches. Don't trip, niggas know what I'm about. It ain't shit, get the load of your spot. That was slick, but it's more that I got. And your bitch ain't knowing or not. And you know this shit not a cent for a hoe that's on God. Like a pimp with your hoe in the drop. And you know she a bop. I need two cause two I see the squad. Like bitch, your friend coming or not, let me know it off top. Like a pimp, I get slick with the words. I'm a chef if you need you submerged. Fuck this bitch on the curb. Swinging ain't spilling the syrup. Peel off and the tires gon' burn. I whip it and stir. It's up in the air with these niggas. I whip it, ain't sparing these niggas. Don't care about these niggas. I whip it out down these bitches. My partners is feelings with pistols. Don't play, they gon' whip you. I'm on the front now when I will. I whip when I slide with the clips. Getting high in the whip. Whip it out if you got one a trip. Let it whip and peel out in the whip. Talk about it, get whipping. Your main, it's a shame how she whip. She a fool, eat a thing with cool whip. And that's in the new whip. Too icy, I'm whipping this shit. Slay master come whip how I whip. Like whip with the whips. I whip it.
Too icy juice cuz. He has a Dallas Cowboy freestyle. Come on.
Hey, I hope you know, Dallas Cowboys, y'all is done. I've been watching y'all since I was young than a bitch, and I've just been looking dumb. I hope you know I don't even know why the team is stacked, because New Orleans came in there and straight put the belt to the ass. I hope you know I wasn't even gonna complain. But how y'all have a whole offseason and come out looking exactly the same? I hope you know y'all should be worried. At this point, if it ain't the team of the coaches, what is it? The damn jerseys? I hope you know the defense look like Dookie.
No.
Every player on the other team the first half got the ball and started booking. I hope you know I can't even be mad, dog. I done came to the realization that losing is just y'all. I hope you know, Mike, your playbook is weak. I am so tired of seeing these lame-ass jet sweeps. I hope you know I can tell y'all why y'all suck. Because in the crunch time, don't none of y'all drop nuts. I hope the worst. This is exactly the same team from Green Bay. I hope you know I was looking for Micah. Did he even play? I hope you know I am done. Every season is a repeat. And I hope you know I'm rooting for y'all ugly ass next week, stupid pigs.
Yes. I hope you know about the Cowboys. Too icy juice cuz.
When I was dead broke, they was still hating. I walk by, they giving a smirk face. They got bored at the trap, now they wanna be rappers. Do I mess with y'all at y'all workplace? They ain't trying to compete, I'm in first place. Ain't a joke, this is serious wordplay. Ain't a gift you can get for your birthday. Bow your heads, y'all is pray, not the church pray. Every track I just shoot, this they first race. Every song is a hit, ain't no first base. Miracle Church got me high as a bird face. Dallas may do this shit for my birthplace. Kush got me sleepy, bitch getting freaky. That's how she get off them perks though. Ever since that little feeling, if she riding with me, then she got the Glock in her purse though. Came a long way from waiting on the play, never hated, just waited on my time. Ounce some beans in a Glock 9. Bitch a net, it's still hoes in the stop sign. Bro spent his last on some glass and a couple days later he done hit the jackpot. Kill for my niggas this out in 600. They know it, they ain't gotta ask why. Never switching, could never be that guy. I'm too icy, you'll never match that fly. I'm too icy, you'll never match that fly. Gotta lie about they fly like an astronaut, cause they ass is not, and it's asinine. Think they ass is high? They know that's a lie. Forrest Whitaker, niggas ain't half of our. You be thinking that they real till you catch the lies. Keep it too real, so duh, knew this had to pop. I had manifest this shit sitting at the spot. Like everyday hustle till millions, they starting to get it. The world gon' be your stage. Done fell off plenty times, but shit, I still was grinding. Listen, learn, brought me more plays. Look, I heard that little song and it hurt. It's the second week of February. I ain't even popped that many perks. These ain't the only time we use baskets. And Johnny don't even do crack no more. But shoot, I'ma let you have it. He sung happy birthday cause we missed it. You so selfish. I swear this whole situation is ridiculous. And I thought you was gonna like the dandelion bouquet. Remember I got you them roses? They was dead the next day. Same car from last year? No. I mean, it might say the same thing, but this one say 2024. Your kids was there and I still came. But I hope you know y'all did a good job of fucking up my day. We was supposed to go and eat some damn steak. No babysitter. I hit the freezer and warmed up a plate. Telling everybody I made a TV dinner. I bet you ain't tell them that you ain't even had no TV now, did you? Went to get your snack basket out the room. What happened? Your kids ate everything but 2 Oreos. Alright, that's it. Where the belt at? I know somebody getting smacked now. But I look at you, you look at me, you roll your eyes. And then your crazy ass sat down. Now tell me that ain't what happened. You trying to act like it was me or something? No, tell me that ain't exactly what had happened. That's what really happened. Go out and get the steak.
Give him an extra ear, give him an extra eye. Follow his socials. Make sure you follow this guy. Something tells me this guy is going to keep making, some catchy things. If you look at his views, his view counts are climbing quick. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't see any live performances, but I'm impressed with this right here. I really am, man. And some of you might be like, oh, I'm not impressed. I'm impressed, man. I like it. It's different. It's unique. I like his voice. I just like that, it's something, to me, it's catchy, man. Just that one thing is catchy. That one song is catchy, but I like a lot of his shit, give him a take, man. Give him a take. Give me your take. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Juice Cuz is his name, out of Dallas, Texas. Give him a shot. My next one, I'm going to take you right back here to California, South Sacramento, the home of Brother Lynch Hung, X-Rated, SIBO, and others. This dude's father was a pioneer in Sacramento. I mean, I've known him for a while. He's fucking so talented, man. Lyrical. He has the voice. He has the image. He has everything you need. Everything. He just needs, the right shots, man. There's, Lynch has featured him. He's been out there, man. He's been performing a lot recently. He's been with X-Rated. Let's just get right to it. Out of South Sacramento, Lizzo, The Protocol. Right here, Lizzo.
I'm getting dough, but I dough from Brady. No ferocious in the press is hoax, so hate the fuck being copacetic. Got a ferocious fence for loading up texts and even my foes beheaded. Smoking potent lettuce, chicken dough, give your look some credit. I'm so connected. Busting up, make groupies pay me. Stupid gangy, get out so everything should be groovy, baby. I stay with that Thule daily. I'm a bit root and shady. I pull up next to your new Mercedes and split your brain like oopsie daisy. Exquisite content, I spit wicked nonsense. Got a twisted conscience, a spliffing of chronic is in misconstant. I'm sick of addictiveness with schizo, schizophrenia. It's no cinema, nigga, when I'm going off that indica tips, don't end your lifespan. Put that venom in front of the mic stand. Got plenty of hype fans that'll gladly cheer me on when I pitch your dome. I'm fish for chrome. And the function wicked like marijuana and beer cologne. This year alone, I'm taking over the rap game with my campaign. Shit, it's the secret to war. Foot the word until my penis is sore. Flows dope, this shit is deep in your pores. I'm not your winner, should receive an award. The lost child of a Phoenix Shakur. Moving units in these streets and these stores. I'ma turn him vegan, he ain't beefing no more. I'ma send this beat to the morgue. Beef with police is like a deacon trying to preach to the Lord. I knock you down into the police, I never seen him before. Yo, no shit to keep a whole bitch on foot patrol. These broke niggas ain't on this shit, they just book the roll. Somebody please pray for me, I got a crooked soul. Bounce out and flame on him, I'm trying to cook his soul. You either the predator or the prey. Survival of the fitness, I measure works for the pay. Rifle eat a nigga like cheddar rush when it spray. Vital with these writtens, the messenger of the way. Give me the chills, chill. It's over with. Spit the pockets on the shoulder with. Blown clips don't get blown to bits. Spoiled bitch think I owe a dick. If I don't give it to her, then she throw a fit. 46 for a quarter brick. Next day air, get them order shit. Firm step and get these Jordan 6. Block business, I'm a corporate crip. Hit all night into the morning shift. Jumped off the porch and ignored the risk. Exposed snitch to get on this shit. Knock it down, showing no repentance. Never told him I called defended the people champ. I can go the distance. 40 with these shit, holy knocking at your door just like a Jehovah Witness. Headed boy skid ain't the homie, nigga. That's my roadie. We just got no resentment. 24 just like Kobe, niggas can't hold me, bitch. I'm the golden ticket. Based out in my own dimension. I do 3 or 4 and sent her on a mission. Act hard and applying pressure. Diamond tester, bitch. Lie detective, no lie. Fly as ever. Rhyme professor. School with niggas like it's time for lecture. Find the head to the cot to the snapback. All the stickers stitches to the pretty niggas lab rats. I been getting bitches out of coochie nigga cash that. Skip a cash app. Spit the lyrical anthrax, nigga. Trying to capitalize. See what gonna get you this a rap enterprise. Niggas talking shit up in the app and the lies. So they put us back in niggas not a gap to surprise. So she was turfing up in the trap with the pause. But decided to determine that that was a lie. She's great as writ, ain't no chance to survive. After the get to the meet the tragic demise. It's a rat in the sky. God. Speed cash to the stars of my pops more shit. Sit the room, get this boom at the top, broke bitch. Put up in the big body, go some macho tip. Speaking on the gang, get your mouth don't split. I ain't saying no names, but if you nigga think if I go blitz again, I better stay in your lane, cause the aim for the brain. Mentally crazy, the saying I ain't playing no games. No games, Warcraft, bring it to your spot. DoorDash, shop rain.
Man, I'm telling you, Bleezo, he's talented, man. And matter of fact, if you go over to our sponsor, sicktv.com, that's SICCTEEVEE.com. Lynch actually, he has an interview with Bleezo. If you want to get to learn more about Bleezo, check out this interview right here. I'll give you a quick little clip of it. Here we go.
Just staying out the way, man. Working, staying in the lab. You know what I'm saying? Just networking with the fam, functioning. You know what I mean? But I ain't out of the loop. I'm still here.
You been doing any music?
I'm doing music I can't say every day, but I do it almost every other day. I got the equipment at the crib and shit like that. I get my motivations here and there.
Okay, shit. So you got any new music?
Yeah, I got a couple of little projects I've been working on. I plan on dropping soon. I got a project called Sacramentus. Still figuring out what we go do with it as far as who we putting it through, who we dropping it through. I got a little EP called Necessary Evil and another EP called Ear Hustling. And they in the cuts, you know what I mean? They for the most part they done, but you know, I try to stay adding something to it if it's just sitting around or something like that, you know what I mean? Just so that it doesn't get dated.
So how did being on the trilogy, how did that affect your career?
Oh, it affected my career in a positive way, because we already been locked in and shit like that, so people already knew I was working with you and everything like that. But when that dropped, I think that was probably one of the best ones that we had did together at that point. And I felt like I did my due diligence. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying, just the whole little push that you had with Strange and everything like that, it helped out a lot as far as people seeing who I was and my capabilities and shit like that. So that was a great look for me. Shout out to you, big bro, you know what I'm saying, for the alley-oop.
For sure.
So yeah, man, give Bleezo, give him a shot, man. Follow him on his socials. Go check him out. Follow him on YouTube. Make sure you follow these guys, man. Follow Bleezo. Follow Juice Cuz. Make sure you follow, the people I said last time. Give him a shot, man. Neighborhood Kids out of San Diego. And also Swift Homicide out of Stockton, California, man. I'm telling you, I think all these guys are talented, and they just need more people to. What I mean by people is more of a mechanism of support behind them, man, to really support them properly. And I think these type of artists have the ability to go a long way, man. And maybe there's someone out there that's watching this that respects my opinion and gives these guys an extra ear, an extra eye. But I'm not that big of a deal. I just wanted to give all you guys my take, and I'm kind of tired, man. I had a long week, but I wanted to make sure I hurry up and got out here and gave you guys another pod like I've been promising you. I guarantee you one a week right now, but I am going to be working on doing more than just one a week, but you are getting one a week right now. And with that said, I'm out, man. Thank you for coming. Peace.